Hey, First United, I am so glad you're in this growth group during the season of Lent. It's my prayer that as you journey together, as you pray for each other, as you discuss the sermons, that you'll deepen your faith. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. It was the beginning of the season of Lent. We talked about suffering and sacrifice, about giving things up for Lent. It was also Valentine's Day, and I always believe love manifests itself in sacrifice. So I thought, what a great time of year for us to talk about love. We actually talk about love a lot at First United, but this series is going to be how do we love like Jesus? I say we talk about love a lot, it's because it's one of our core values. We're called to demonstrate love to our community, demonstrate love to our sphere of influence. That means the folks that we're around, we're called to share love with them. We say that a lot, we talk about it a lot, but I don't know if we've ever addressed how we do it or why we do it. That's what this series is going to be about. How do we love? We're going to look at some real practical ways. We're going to look at what Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. Doesn't keep a record of wrong. It doesn't delight when bad things happen, but it celebrates when good things happen. That love always perseveres. We're going to be talking about how do we love people. Because see, I believe deep down that love's a choice. It's an action. Oh, I know we say that love's a feeling, but I really think it's more of a verb. It's something we do. We're patient, we're kind, we keep no record of wrong, we're not easily angered. We can do all those things whether we like somebody or not. It's not based upon how we feel, it's based upon what we do. We're going to talk about that in the weeks to come, but this week I don't know if we've ever addressed why. Why do we need to demonstrate love in our sphere of influence? Why do we need to share love? It's a command. It's one of the last commands Jesus gives. In the Gospel of John, Jesus commands us to do this. Jesus says, love one another as I have loved you. Now, there is nothing new about this command. I mean, this command's all over the Old Testament. Love your neighbor. Love one another. Love each other. It's in the New Testament. Jesus has already told us, love God, love your neighbor, love your enemies. Nothing new about this command. What is new is the measuring stick. A new command I give you. You must love one another as I have loved you. We are called to love people the way Jesus loves us. That's hard. I mean, Jesus loves me when I'm grumpy. Jesus loves me when I'm in a bad mood. Jesus loves me when I'm upset. Jesus loves me when I'm not doing the things I should do. Jesus loves me when I've made a promise and I've broken that promise. Jesus loves me when I hurt people and hurt myself and hurt others. Jesus loves me. We're called to do the same. The most difficult thing we do is loving people. The most important thing we do, loving people. You know why loving people is so important? Easter's coming. I really hope that our sunrise service and our two services here in Halifax that we have a lot of people show up. And that we have some people show up who are seeking a relationship with Jesus Christ. It's my hope that on Easter, people will connect with Jesus and develop that relationship with Him. I haven't encountered people, I really don't know of many people, if anyone, who came to Jesus, who developed a relationship with Jesus because they lost an intellectual argument. That all of a sudden somebody proved a point to them and they went, oh, now I believe. I mean, you might be able to argue Lee Strobel, and he's written a bunch of books, but I don't personally know anybody. And I know of no one who can tell me I got beat over the head by the Bible. I got told over and over and again what a sinner I was. I got told that I was going to burn in hell, and I found Jesus. Most of the people, including myself, who are in a relationship with Jesus Christ came to that relationship because they were loved. They felt loved by Jesus. And one of the primary ways they felt loved by Jesus is the followers of Jesus Christ created a place and a space for them where they felt like they mattered, where they felt like they belonged, where they felt like they were welcome, where they felt like they were accepted, where they felt loved. And when they were loved, all of a sudden Jesus became real to them. See, we demonstrate love because sometimes the only Jesus people will see is when we love them. That's why it's the most important thing we do. That's why we're working on this the next 6 weeks. How do we love like Jesus? Francine Rivers has a great quote. She goes, when we love like Jesus, lives change. That's the quote. When we love like Jesus, lives change. Whose life? I think both theirs and ours. So I'd like you to take some time today to talk about love in your group. Maybe talk about how do you define love? I said I don't think love's a feeling. It's an action. It's a choice. How do you define love? How do you describe love? How do you know when you're loved? Maybe give me some practical examples of that. What are some real ways that you can demonstrate love here in Ormond Beach or whatever community you're in? What are some ways you can say, this is how I can love like Jesus? Some practical ways that we can apply together on that. Maybe talk about who's hard to love. I mean, don't name names. Don't say the person you're sitting next to right now, but who's hard to love? Maybe actions and attitudes. I mean, you know that person that cut you off on Granada? Who's hard to love? Maybe talk about who in your life showed you love in such a way that you began to follow Jesus Christ. Who demonstrated love to you? One of the questions I ask in the sermon is, what's your favorite love song? I tell you that mine is from Foreigner. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is. I know you can show me. I don't believe Foreigner was talking about faith in that moment. But our faith, because Jesus loves us in such an incredible way, we got to show that love to the world. That's how they meet Jesus. So we want you to go out there and demonstrate love. In these next 6 weeks, we're going to talk about how to do that. Thanks again for being part of this growth group. Peace out.